Hello and welcome back to reading my Radioapple fanfic. This is the fanfic I wrote on Wattpad. In my comments I will link my Wattpad in case you want to read all this yourself or if you want to read any of my other fanfics. This is chapter 23 of my Radioapple fanfic. Okay, Alistair stayed sitting at the bar, and off in the distance he could hear a door opening. It was Charlie walking out, followed by her mother. She seems to want to escape the conversation. "Mom, you cannot keep asking me about Dad," Charlie said while walking up to Alistair and Husk at the bar. "Alistair, you and Dad are good, right?" "I talked to her earlier. He's happy with me," Alistair replied, and taking another shot. "Oh, so it really is a thing, not just speculation anymore," Husk chimed in. "Excuse me for just being curious about everything," Lilith said in her defense. "What you should be worried about is your mother's association with the V's," Alistair said, looking at Charlie. "Wait, what?" Charlie looked back at her mom. "Oh, I was just asking Vox about him while I was absent from here. It's obvious to everyone they know each other personally. Also, Charlie dear, this is a place of redemption you created. What if they could be redeemed too?" Lilith explained. "You do not want those bastards here," Husk said in a protective tone. "I agree, you wouldn't know what you're in for," Alistair said on Husk's side. Suddenly, there was a loud knock on the front door of the hotel. They fell silent for a minute, not knowing who it could be. I guess I'll go check to see who that is," Charlie said sheepishly, walking to the front door to open it. When she swung it open, stood Valentino. He walked in saying hello casually. "Hey, what exactly are you here for?" Charlie asked, following him back to where everyone else was. "Yeah, why the fuck are you here?" Husk growled. "Oh, you silly kitty. The queen invited me, of course. She talked me into coming, and I brought some friends, too," Valentino said. From behind his back, he pulled out Vox, who was basically like an iPad now since he didn't have his body anymore. Then in through the front door walks Angel Dust. Something was off about him, though. Angel really wasn't his usual self. I'm messing up my words. He was quiet, didn't speak, and looked beaten down. He stood behind Valentino and sheepishly said hi in a cracked voice. It actually broke Husk's heart to see him like that. "Angel, what have they done to you?" he asked with genuine concern. "Sorry, kitty. He isn't allowed to waste time in conversation right now. He has to prepare for a new movie I'm starring him in." Valentino was very controlling and shooed Angel away to his old room. "Val, if you want redeemed, you wouldn't be controlling Angel the way you do," Charlie snipped at him with her words. Then she looked over at her mother, who was the reason he was even there. "Mom, do you really think this is a good idea?" "If anyone can be redeemed, why can't they too?" Lilith replied. "Because you don't know them the way we do," Charlie responded. Alistair had remained pretty silent during this conversation too, so much so he felt like he could turn into a shadow and slip out. He was mainly just observing, but this was turning into an uproar with them all talking, and he didn't want to see Vox's face either, so he did. He teleported himself out of there and back to Lucifer's room. He took a deep sigh and then looked over to see Lucifer wasn't in bed anymore. He checked his personal bathroom too, but he wasn't there either. Would he have just woken up and left right before I got here? Alistair thought to himself. Then Alistair's staff started ringing like a phone. It was Rosie wanting to FaceTime through a portal. He answered it and saw she looked rather happy. "Alistair, dear, I haven't talked to you in a hot minute. I got your boyfriend down here," she laughed. Alistair blushed and lowered his ears. "Rosie, goddammit, I'm coming down there too." "Good, I want to see the happy new lovers together," Rosie clapped with joy. Alistair hung up his staff so fast on her. Now here he goes to march his way down to Cannibal Town. And this is all I have for chapter 23. So when we come back tomorrow, we'll be reading chapter 24, and we'll see where it goes from here. Bye!